In the name of God, holy and undivided Trinity. Amen. Are there children here? They can come up. No? They're gone? Oh, too bad. Okay, you all will have to be the children. Now, I can't say I'm really good at this. But what do you see? See this?
Two.
Spyglass? Empty, right?
Empty.
Okay. What do you see? What do you hear? Did you hear the prophet Isaiah today? Be careful what you think you're seeing. Thank you. Season of Advent. We have to be on the alert and to have another set of eyes to see what's hidden and to understand what God is doing behind the scenes. So you thought you saw, right, what was going on? I did too when I first saw this trick. And then my grandson showed me that he had a pack of matches stuck up his arm. So that every time he moved this arm, would hear the matches. But my eyes were watching this box. And I saw this box go back and forth. I'm like, what? How is it empty on one end and then it's full on the other? It's because there are two boxes. It's sort of obvious, but... And actually, Margaret Moon this morning saw the other box tucked up my sleeve, so she got it right away. But you can do this at home. It's very simple. If I can do it, you can do it. But the point is about seeing and hearing in this season of Advent. And it was remarkable to me, or sort of curious, that in Romans, as well as in the Old Testament lesson, we heard about Jesse. Now, do you remember Jesse? Do you remember who Jesse is? Father of David. And if you remember the story, and I'm going to play with this rubber band, and I'll put it down. If you remember the story, Samuel was called to anoint the king of Israel. And Israel had been preparing for a king. And so Samuel, through prophecy, understood that the new king was to be found among the sons of Jesse. So he travels stealthily, sneakily, into the midst as though he's going to make a sacrifice, but he's coming with oil to anoint the next king. And so he's sneaking his way in, and where's the king, the next king of Israel? So he gets Jesse to bring his sons. And he looks at the sons, he looks at the firstborn, and he goes, that's got to be the king of Israel. Look at him. Because he's looking with his eyes and he sees the king of Israel. But he's wrong. The young man comes before him, and God tells Samuel, no, that's not him. Oh, it must be the second son. And then the third and the fourth. No. He goes through all these sons that Jesse has. And none of them are right. None are being anointed. And so Samuel's like, well, what now? Are these all your sons? And Jesse goes, well, there's the runt who's off taking care of the sheep. Can't be him. But calls him in, and God tells Samuel, that's him. That's the man. So he anoints him. That's David, right? Who becomes King David, and who slays Goliath with his stone. And none of this is what you and I might expect, what the people then would expect. This is not how things are meant to be. Because you and I are prone to want to figure things out through what we see and what we hear, just like we did with the matches just now. That we have it sorted out. We have our way of thinking about things and putting things together. And we see with our eyes and we hear with our ears, and we go, we've got it figured out. Just like Samuel, who was a prophet. He couldn't see what God saw. And in this season of Advent, we're asked again and again to wake up to another way of seeing, to wonder about what our assumptions are, what our conclusions are, based on the evidence that we're being presented with. And could it be that God is doing something that we are unaware of, that's behind the scenes, that is yet to be revealed? And that was the message of John the Baptist in the wilderness, is that I'm preparing the way for someone you do not yet see. People came to look at him, but he was saying, I'm here to prepare you for the one you don't see yet. And when he comes, I go away. He's hidden now, but he will be revealed. So our life in Advent is about that which is hidden now, but will be revealed. And it's a great comfort because there are things that we see now, things that we conclude now based on evidence, things that we are told, what we see, what we hear, that can be very discouraging, can be very disheartening. But God's doing a thing among us that may in fact be hidden, and is in fact a hidden thing that will be revealed. And that you and I can have the eyes and the ears to put ourselves on the line in efforts that are according to what God sees and what God hears, which may not be what we're being told as being the important thing. It can be for most people the hidden thing, but you and I, by the Holy Spirit, can be equipped to align with what God is doing in our midst. And sometimes it takes great heart and courage to listen, to know, to commit to something that's countercultural, because God's doing something different, something unexpected, something that is not the obvious thing, something that may be a secret, may be hidden. But you could know what that is. And you might be able to discern in the midst of our culture what it is that you need to commit yourself to supporting, because you know that's where God is working. So be open to having new ears and new eyes that are connected to your heart, that you can know what God is doing in the midst that may be hidden from the normal view. Don't be taken in by what you think you see and what you hear. It's like that magic trick. Oh, I see a box of matches that's full and then empty. How's that happening? Well, there's something else going on. There's a box of matches up my sleeve. So be open to the fact that maybe your conclusions, maybe the conclusions that you're being offered about what's going on in the world and where things are heading is not really the truth. And maybe you and I are equipped to be with the truth of what's actually going on in the world and to support God's hand, to be in motion, seeing as God sees, hearing as God hears, acting with the love that God has planted in your heart. Amen.